today. Hi everyone, my name is Colin Butcher and I am the Senior Investigating Officer for a company called the Pet Detectives, which is the only private detective agency in Britain that specialises in the recovery of stolen and missing animals. Now, I've recently conducted a cold case review into the mysterious disappearance of a male adult Chihuahua named Piglet that went missing on the Grand Union Canal in Harefield March last year, 2024. Now, a cold case review is common practice amongst police forces on major investigations, and what it's designed to do is to identify any missed investigative opportunities from the original investigation, which is exactly what I have done. So what I'm asking is this: please watch the video, maybe a couple of times, and if you feel that you've got any information whatsoever that may assist the investigation, then please call the incident room. There's 2 telephone numbers at the end of this video and an email address you can use. Having watched the video, I have another request, please, which is please share it with as many people as possible. The more people that watch this video, the greater the likelihood that we'll get that key piece of information that will crack this case and reunite Piglet with his owner. Thank you very much. This incident took place on Thursday the 28th of March 2024, and at the time Piglet was on a small canal boat moored at Coppermill Lock on the Grand Union Canal. Piglet had been in the barge for approximately 2 hours when a thief broke in order to steal an electric scooter. In a wild panic after hearing the smashing glass, we believe Piglet jumped off the boat and took off along the canal towpath. When Mel arrived back at the boat and saw the damage and realising Piglet was missing, she decided to head along the towpath in the opposite direction she had come, believing that's the route that Piglet had taken. After approximately 10 to 15 minutes, Mel says she met a cyclist coming the opposite direction, a man who gave his name as Matt, and on seeing Mel's distressed state, he said to her that he had just seen Piglet running off in the opposite direction and had chased Piglet on his bike, but Piglet had eventually bolted under some gates near some waterworks, and the man said he could not get to Piglet. He then offered to show Mel exactly where he'd last seen her dog, and the two of them set off on foot to this location. On arriving at the gates, Mel searched for hours, but we couldn't find a single sign of Piglet, and that's because we believe Piglet was never there. We'd like to speak to Matt. He's a person of interest for our investigation. Do you know who he is? He's described as being in his late 20s, slim, about 5'8", pale complexion with fair hair. He was wearing a rucksack on his back and claimed that he cycled along the towpath every single day. And Mel recalls he may have had a stammer or a stutter. Do you know who he is? Please get in touch if you do. The cold case review has revealed that whilst Mel was searching around the compound looking for Piglet, he was in fact over a mile away on the opposite side of the canal. We have recently interviewed 2 witnesses. They state that at 5:30 p.m. they were walking down Park Lane with their dog and they saw Piglet emerge from the gates on Royal Quay, which is right next to the bridge on Park Lane. So they followed him until he turned left into Shelley Lane. One of the witnesses, the husband, then went into his house and grabbed some dog treats and immediately came back out into Shelley Lane looking for Piglet, where he met 2 of his neighbours who were also trying to catch Piglet. But the little boy was too quick for them, and he bolted under their arms and headed back to Park Lane and took a right, heading back down towards the bridge. The witness states that he gave chase and eventually saw Piglet run down the bottom of the road through the traffic lights and across the bridge. He reached the same location a few minutes later and met a young guy coming the opposite direction who stated he also had just seen Piglet run across the bridge in the direction of the car park to the Koi Cart public house. This was the last time Piglet was seen. He simply disappeared.
Let me tell you about Piglet. He's my boy, he's the love of my life, he's my reason for being. The help I need is for people to look out for Piglet. Somebody must know something. Anything, the smallest bit of information could be relevant. Please come forward. Help me find Piglet.
The break-in on the boat took place between 3:30 and 5:30 p.m. Were you on Park Lane on Thursday the 28th of March 2024? Did you cross that bridge between Park Lane and the Koi Cart public house? More importantly, did you see this little dog running around, and did you see who stopped and picked him up? If you have any information whatsoever about this case, please get in touch with the incident room. There's 2 telephone numbers coming up shortly. If you prefer, you can email us, and there's an email address on the final slide. I'm Colin Butcher, the Pet Detectives. Thanks very much for your help. And one final request from me is please don't forget to circulate this video to as many people as possible, because that tiny piece of information could be crucial in reuniting Piglet with his mum.